All right, guys, it looks like I bit off more than I could chew when I called out Dr. Art with his electric drag cart. So, to recap, he called me out last year. He built this little cute electric thing, and I whooped him. So, he's going to raise the ante. So, he says, I built this thing. So, I had an old fuel motor starter kicking around, and I said, here, build something out of that. So, he's done that. And yeah, you know what? I shouldn't have called him out because now I was supposed to race him with my little 200, and I think he's got me covered. This is going to be one-upmanship. Dr. Art, what have you done to this thing?
What have we done? We've taken the best $400 a person could spend and built the redemption cart of death. 3 car batteries, like I said, your top fuel starter motor. And then this is kind of the third iteration of the gearing and platform and pillow blocks and supports and chains and stuff like that.
So the first time you put this together, what happened?
First time we put it together, we had 1-to-1 ratio between the axle and the motor.
Okay.
So 24 on the bottom, 24 on top. And it worked, but it was too much weight for the motor. It would go, but it was like driving a slow golf cart. So what I went ahead and done is got a different gear for the top. This is a 12. I got a 12 on top and a 24, so we have a 2-to-1.
Okay.
That made this little motor super happy. It put it into its zone where it really likes to rip. You hit the single button, the on-off switch, and this thing, it just goes.
So the first time you put this together, though, didn't it rip something apart?
It did a little bit, but it didn't really mangle all my display here until we changed the gearing to put the motor into its sweet spot. And then it just took this steel and just kind of bent it and made a big mess. So what we did, we took it all apart, we double reinforced it, we put in some angle, and now tested a couple times. It's pretty happy.
I saw some video. But just for the guys who haven't seen this. So you got 3 batteries.
Yeah, three big car batteries.
Okay.
Which was...
And they're wired in series.
They're wired in series, so we get 36 volts, about 1600 cold cranking amps.
Okay.
Enough to make things exciting, like a lightning bolt hitting this motor. And then my favorite part of this whole thing, this is the throttle, in case, for anyone out of the loop. This is off and sitting still. This is on. This is 100% go right now.
Okay, so it's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing.
A perfect vehicle. I love that. And then you've got, what is that, a master kill switch?
It's a master cutoff switch just in case things go really, really bad. I can grab that from where I'm sitting and shut the whole thing off.
All right, you wanna demo this thing? I want to see it go.
Yeah.
Now I've got some ideas what I got to do.
Okay.
All right. We got a clear driveway.
Yeah, got a clear driveway.
You're gonna need that, right?
Yeah, and I gotta climb myself into this thing. This is kind of like memories of your rail.
Yeah, this is supposed to be for like 9-year-old kids, man.
Yeah. Very, very small 9-year-old kids. Instead of very, very large 50-year-old kids. And real basic, on off, brakes, master switch on.
So what does the throttle pedal do?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's just along
It's
for
just
the
there
ride.
for decoration, yeah.
Okay, and so are you when you hit the button.
Right.
Yeah, this is just a bad looking little hot rod, I gotta tell you. This is everything an EV should be. All right, let me get behind you.
Ready?
Anytime you are.
All right, we're ready to go. See you later.
Wow. That thing just kicks sideways and goes. It's like Dr. Art's off on a ride. Yeah, there's no way I'm beating him with my mini bike. That's awesome. It's crazy. It sounds like the Jetsons when you go by.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I'm sure it is. Oh, that's awesome.
So it's pretty close to worked out. We got the brakes working a little bit better, chain staying in place.
Now, how much oomph do you get out of a charge?
About 1.5 miles.
And then it just goes flat, or it starts to taper off?
No, it just tapers off. When it starts to taper off, you bring it in and charge it up.
Okay. Well, it's a drag cart.
Yeah, it's meant to go short distance real fast.
Right.
Hurt feelings. Put it away. Bring it back out next time, hurt more feelings.
My feelings. Now, how is modulating it with just that on and off switch?
It's not as bad as you would think. It's actually, this is the fun part. This is the part that makes you breathe. Especially when you go to turn around, because as you're slow and you're turning around, you hit the button, it wants to pick the front tires up, so you're not really turning.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you just kind of bump it, turn, bump it, turn, bump it, turn, and then hit it and go.
And now, any plans to make this faster?
If we could find some lighter weight, higher volt batteries, I think this motor would be okay going to 48 volts.
Okay.
And in its current setup, I think it would be a hoot. But again, finding, 3 big 16 volt batteries that somebody wants to donate, that would be awesome.
All right. So Dr. Art's going away for a week. It's Christmas. So he's going to be going away for a week. When he comes back, we'll actually line up and see what these things are going to do. I have some ideas, but I don't think it's going to be enough to cover this. So the one-upmanship is going to have to continue into next year.
Yeah.
Now, one other thing, people have asked me about this JB welded.
The JB weld motor, this thing runs perfect. In fact, dead cold. Turn the gas on, choke on, grab a little bit of throttle.
It's cold out.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, so no smoke.
Yeah, no smoke.
No nothing.
Keep in mind it's 20 degrees out, folks.
Yeah. That's all right. We get the idea. It's hung in there. You've used it. You've beaten it up.
Yeah, when we had
The JB welded cylinder walls have held up fine.
we had a party at the house about 1.5 months ago, and this thing had about 20 different people go up and down the street in it. A couple hours worth of use, no problems at all.
So there you go. You can JB weld cylinder walls and have this thing keep going. All right, I've got to get. Oh man, I got to. I'm stoked about this. I may play with some gearing on mine.
Yeah, you may order some parts over the weekend. Yeah.
I may have to order a part or two or an engine or so over the weekend. So all right, guys, that's it. Just a quick update on Dr. Art's electric cart of death.
Yeah.
And there you go. See you tomorrow.